Billionaire author J.K. Rowling's first novel, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, was rejected by 12 different publishing houses, and the publisher who finally agreed to publish it only agreed to do so because his young daughter loved the manuscript and demanded a second story. He then advised the author to get a day job because she would never make it writing children's books. Stephanie Meyer, with a net worth of $134 million, received 9 rejection letters and 5 no responses for Twilight. Stephen King received 30 rejection letters for his first novel, Carrie. And Alex Hayley, author of Roots, received 208 rejection letters. The lesson is that dealing with repeated rejection isn't exclusively a sales problem. All successful people have done so. Before we dig more deeply into our fears, it's important that we get a perspective on what we can and can't do about our fears. We can't, and probably shouldn't, get rid of our fears. Some are there for good reason, and besides that, we don't have to get rid of them. What we need to do is control them. Mark Twain said, "Courage is resistance to fear and mastery of fear, but not the absence of fear." And Mahatma Gandhi said, "Fear has its use, but cowardice has none." Imagine 2 young boys standing on the cliff over the river. Their older friends are in the water and around them hollering, "Jump, jump, jump!" The boys know that this is their invitation into the big boys club, and both really want to show the courage to make their first jump. One jumps, and the other holds back. Was one brave and the other a coward? Did one have a greater desire for the approval and acceptance of the big boys? Whatever their motivation, one was able to manage his fears slightly better than the other. You probably heard the story of the 2 campers who spot a grizzly bear running toward them. One of them starts putting on his running shoes. The other says, "Are you crazy? You can't outrun a bear." To which his partner replied, "I don't have to outrun the bear. I only have to outrun you." The point here is that to be a top performer in your company, you don't have to conquer your fears. You only have to manage them better than your peers. When salespeople are surveyed, they list fear of rejection and fear of failure as their top fears. These are universal fears, and learning how to manage them is pretty straightforward because the entire human race is dealing with the same issue. I hope we've laid the groundwork in our earlier lessons to help you manage these fears. You learned that the best way to overcome fear is with action. You learned that you build down fear as you build up self-esteem. You learned to use affirmations and visualizations to minimize fear as you ease your transition into your next performance level. You learned that making continuous small improvements allows you to avoid having to make the sudden major changes that generate excess fear. You learned that you can help manage current fears by learning from past failures and from clearly accepting your role in past successes as well.